the last time the United States hosted the World Cup. A 17-year-old named Ronaldo hadn't even broken through yet. That was 1994. 32 years later, America gets another shot. And this time, the U.S. men's team isn't just showing up to fill a seat. They might actually win the whole thing. Here's why that's not as crazy as it sounds. The World Cup is the biggest sporting event on the planet. More people watch it than the Super Bowl, the NBA Finals, and the Olympics combined. 64 matches, 48 countries, and one winner. Now, the United States has never won it. Not once. But 5 things are lining up in 2026 that have never lined up before. And by the end of this video, you might actually believe this is their year. Let's start with the most obvious advantage the U.S. has never had before. They're playing at home. This sounds simple. It's not. In football, that's what the rest of the world calls soccer. Playing at home isn't just a comfort thing. It's a statistical superpower. Home teams at the World Cup win their group stage matches at nearly twice the rate of away teams. Why? The crowd. The pressure is completely flipped. Instead of 80,000 people cheering against you, they're cheering for you. That energy changes how players move, how refs make calls, even how exhausted players feel at minute 85 when their legs are gone. Brazil won in 1958 as a young, inexperienced team. France won in 1998, largely because of home advantage. Germany nearly won it in 2006 on home soil. The U.S. gets that same energy in 2026. Now here's the part people overlook. The tournament is being held across 16 cities, including New York, Los Angeles, Dallas, Miami, and San Francisco. These are some of the most soccer-passionate cities in America. The stadiums hold up to 90,000 fans. The U.S. team will basically be playing in front of their own fans for every single match. That's not a small thing. That's a massive edge. But home crowd noise doesn't score goals. So let's talk about the actual players. The U.S. has a generation of footballers right now that is simply different from any generation before them. Let's take Christian Pulisic. He plays club football in Italy for AC Milan, one of the most prestigious clubs in the world. He's been compared to some of the best attacking players in Europe. At 26 years old during the 2026 tournament, he'll be in his prime. Then there's Gio Reyna, Weston McKennie, Tyler Adams, Yunus Musa, all playing for major European clubs in England, Germany, Italy, and Spain. These aren't backup players either. These guys start regularly in some of the most competitive leagues on the planet. Here's a stat that should surprise you. The U.S. roster for 2026 is projected to have more players active in Europe's top 5 leagues than ever before in American football history. Most World Cup winning teams are built around a core of players who play together in elite European club football. The U.S. finally has that. This is a new thing. This is real. Now let's talk about something called the bracket and why it matters more in 2026 than any previous World Cup. The bracket is basically the schedule of who plays who. And in 2026, for the first time ever, the World Cup expanded from 32 teams to 48 teams. More teams means one thing: easier early opponents. In football, there are tiers. You have powerhouses like Brazil, France, and Germany. You have strong teams like England, Portugal, and Argentina. And then you have newer, smaller nations who qualified but aren't expected to win. With 48 teams, the U.S. is far more likely to face lower-tier opponents in the early rounds. which gives their young squad a chance to build momentum, confidence, and rhythm before the real battles begin. Think of it like this. Imagine a heavyweight boxing tournament. If the bracket keeps the biggest fighters away from each other until the later rounds, a fast, skilled underdog can get hot and build up wins before meeting the giants. That's the US in 2026.